So, welcome to the second episode of Intech Online Technology News. We discuss tomorrow's technology and get it explained from the expert today. Today, we'll be talking about careers in sleep technology. And to discuss that, we have Dr. Ainapure with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello.
So before we get into technology and careers, can you please tell me what exactly is sleep?
Sleep is a natural but reversible state of reduced
Hmm.
consciousness and activity. It is
Hmm.
required for restoring brain. It is required for all body functions. It is required for, or I would say, crucial for memory consolidation, immune system
Okay.
strengthening, and hormone regulation also.
Okay. So on Intech magazine, ma'am, we just published an article on paradoxical insomnia. Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll talk more about it. But before we enter into this, can you please tell us what is insomnia?
Yeah, insomnia uh, is opposite of sleep. When you don't fall
Okay.
asleep, you are not able to stay asleep, or you wake up very early. And even if you
Okay.
want to sleep, your body doesn't cooperate to you, and you feel
Hmm.
tired the next day. That is called as
Okay.
insomnia. It is just opposite to sleep.
Opposite to sleep. So when I say
Yeah.
that, I didn't have a proper sleep in the night is one form
Yes.
of the
Yes.
okay.
Insomnia.
And what is
Yes.
so paradoxical about it, which the article talks about?
Yeah. In standard insomnia, people actually sleep poorly, but in
Okay.
paradoxical insomnia, which is also
Mm-hmm.
called sleep state misperception, that means the person
Okay.
feels like they barely slept at all. Like they have
Mm.
actually slept, but they feel that they have not slept. But sleep tests which are conducted, which show that actually they have slept for normal amount.
Okay.
So there is a gap between what your brain thinks happened and what actually has
Mm.
happened, is called as paradoxical insomnia.
How do they measure that, whether
There
somebody has
are
slept or not?
various instruments. Yes, there are various
Uh-huh.
instruments which allow us to measure the sleep, and one is
Okay.
heart rate variability. Uh,
Hmm.
so we can discuss about it, like the tiny
You
variation
can, you
in
can tell
time.
us. You can tell
Pardon?
us in a very simple ways. You
Yeah,
can tell us in
it's
very
a
simple terms
yeah,
what HRV.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, HRV it is called as. That
Mm-hmm.
means even if your heart rate is 60 beats per minute, which is normal, the gap between
Yeah.
beat is not perfectly even. They don't beat
Okay.
evenly, which is called as HRV. And when HRV is high, actually, your
Okay.
system is flexible, relaxed, and healthy. But if you have low
Mm-hmm.
HRV, you have a stressed or
Mm.
overworked system.
Okay.
So,
So you are saying, ma'am, that variability is low, but
yes,
sleep, right?
yeah,
And that
yeah,
is the paradox, is it?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then what do we do with it?
Like brain waves, which are normally going on, those brain
Mm-hmm.
waves are monitored. They are like ECG machines, which are present in,
Okay.
sorry, EEG machine, which are present in sleep
EEG.
labs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that measures what stage of sleep you are in. That is, whether you are in deep sleep, whether your eye movements are rapid, etc. And
Okay.
the
Mm-hmm.
measurements tells us about how calm or how much stressed your body is during the sleep. So you might be in
Right.
deep sleep. That is, your brain says it is okay, you are in deep sleep, but still
Mm-hmm.
have low HRV. That is, if the body is stressed, the level HRV level is low, and that means the
Mm-hmm.
body's brain says you are slept, but body doesn't say that you have really slept well. Your body is in stress, which reveals the hidden stress during sleep. That is very
Hidden
important.
stress.
Otherwise, yeah, hidden stress which is there present, which is denoted by these machines.
And how do we identify that? The hidden
Uh,
stress. There's a
hidden
difference,
stress,
body is running
yeah,
into this direction and your heart is running into another direction. Your brain is saying
correct.
something else.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We identify that by in layman's term, we say that even if you have slept for 10 hours or 9 hours, you still get up tired. You feel that you
Tired.
have
Yeah.
not slept well. So that is a hidden stress
Mhm.
during the sleep. And brain
Okay.
data, like the machine says that this is a brain data, but this hidden sleep can be missed by the brain data. So that is something
Okay.
is very, very important. So this is about it. So the fight or flight connection is there in a way.
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
like high sympathetic nervous system is active during the sleep, means that means that your body is in fight or flight mode, that is instead
Okay.
of rest and repair mode. But
Hmm.
your brain is sleeping, you feel, everybody around you feels that you are asleep, but your
Hmm.
body is in a rest and repair mode and not in a fight and sleep flight mode. So it is literally like running a marathon, but heart, hormones, and nerves are more alert than they should be.
Hmm.
So the mind says, I am sleeping, but body is alert.
Hmm.
Body says, I am
Body
alert.
is
And
alert.
that is where something is wrong.
And all this today is possible to measure by having
Yes.
something
Yes.
wearables, right? You have
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
heart
Yeah.
rate monitors or some wearable which will measure your vitals and other things including
Correct.
sleep, right?
Yeah.
So how do you have this I feel tired versus data is showing something? So in which
Yeah.
domain or in which field of either medical or engineering it falls?
Yeah, like for example, there are fitness trackers which
Yes.
talk about your movement, which talk about your heart rate, which talk about estimated sleep stages. These fitness
Yes.
gadgets which are available tell us all that, but they
Hmm.
cannot yet capture whether you are mentally at rest, whether you are at stress, you are feeling
Okay.
stressed, or the sleep quality cannot be judged by these fitness trackers. And if the
Right.
tracker says 8 hours, you are still exhausted. So then
Correct.
something is off. Possibly you are stressed, your poor quality of sleep is there, which is called as I said earlier, paradoxical insomnia or disturbed physiology. And
Yeah.
your daytime energy is the real outcome that matters. Like basically, that tracker can tell you that you have slept well, or your movement, heart rate, estimated sleep stages, everything tells you you have slept well. But your daytime energy, if it could be measured, then
Hmm.
that outcome can tell what exactly has happened with your body. So
Okay.
that,
So
yeah, yes,
the mismatch between body and mind is something what
correct,
we measure. And
yes.
this is under which domain in either medical or engineering? Where does it fall into?
It falls into biomedical engineering,
Okay.
which can be telling us the future of sleep technology.
Okay.
Traditional sleep labs which are available currently are very expensive. They give
Hmm.
one night snapshot, like they cannot tell you about the entire month or week or something if you are
Hmm.
stressed and not sleeping well. This test is currently which is available, traditional test, tells us one, gives us one night snapshots, and there are lots
Correct.
of wires, lots of sensors which are required. But if you
Okay.
have AR plus wearables, you know,
Hmm.
they continuously monitor months and weeks. It is monitored by them. Like nowadays, even for diabetes, they have a continuous glucose monitoring machine. They call it as CGM. Similarly, for
Hmm.
sleep also, their AI plus wearable can give you continuous monitoring. They combine HRV, they combine breathing plus movements and plus temperature. and that is how they can detect pattern that human being is missing.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
and
So
yeah,
that is
they
pattern
identify.
recognition is a very familiar word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pattern
Okay.
recognition, correct. And they
Okay.
identify invisible disorders such as
Hmm.
paradoxical insomnia. And that machine can give you, actually, when the output comes, it gives you personalized sleep recommendation. That means instead
Okay.
of you should be sleeping for 6 hours, you get your body was stressed between 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. for five
Hmm.
nights straight. This is what the output will come.
Okay. So
Yeah.
basically, somebody who is in knows biology, who knows
Hmm.
electronics, who knows
Yes.
data, who knows
Yeah.
AI, you are able to
Yeah.
correlate, and then you are able
Yeah.
to kind of diagnose something and
Correct.
advise the patient
Yeah.
accordingly. I think that
Yeah.
that's the complete picture in terms
Yes.
of the subjects or domains which one
Correct.
needs to either study
Yeah.
or get to know.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
So, what is the
basically,
career?
you can study a basic course of either biomedical engineering, computer science,
Right.
AI, or data science, maybe
Hmm.
electronics or electrical engineering and medicine. Any course could be your graduation course, and then you
Right.
develop skills
Hmm.
which have to be built alongside. The skill could be programming, the skill could be data analysis, the skill could be basic physiology of heart, brain, and sleep. These skills have to be built in or
Right.
inculcated by you to come up
Hmm.
with this AI in healthcare and wearables.
Okay. So, if students are there today, let's say either aspiring for engineering or for biomedical for that matter,
Biomedical,
and
yeah,
let's say in next 3 to 5 years,
yeah,
these students would be coming into the workforce or some
yes,
research or going for
yeah,
post graduations.
yeah.
So, what will be your advice to them?
Yeah, my advice, as I said, they should be building the skills which will tell us, we teach them, side by side skill building in programming, data analysis, and basic physiology. So they can
Right.
combine their basic knowledge along with these
Hmm.
skills, and they can come up with, various, and there are various courses available for this. Like
Right.
you can look into the courses such as machine learning or
Hmm.
AI,
Right.
then signal processing or wearable technology in IoT, and digital
Okay.
health and health informatics. These can be the courses that can be useful to build these skills in programming, data analysis, and basic physiology.
So let me ask you a reverse question. Let's say that
Yes.
if an engineer wants to study
Hmm.
something related to biology or physiology or something related to medical, what should they do?
Yeah, they should be learning basic physiology if they want to develop a gadget which is along with AI and health. Then that has to
Right.
be, they should be learning basic physiology through
Hmm.
various online courses which tell us about heart, brain, and sleep in respect
Right.
to sleep. There are various other
Mhm.
things which are also there for different domains of health, but since we are talking about sleep, heart, brain, and sleep are very important physiological lessons one has to take who has already done engineering.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.